Coming up in today's episode, we get the S13 door cards on, finally completing this interior, but not before completing a little OEM restoration behind the door cards. Stay tuned, it's about to go down in today's episode. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a huge day for the S13, and that's because we are finally getting this interior all wrapped up. Well, at least for now. I'll explain that a little bit more later. But today, we're gonna be installing these super minty door cards, but in order to do that, I have a few things that I need to do first. Let me show you. Now, I touched on this briefly in the last video, but the first thing that I need to do is recreate the weather barrier that goes around the inside of the door between the door and the door card so that no moisture gets in. You can see the outline here of where that goes. So I bought a few things to recreate how this was done from the factory. First and foremost, I've got this, I believe it's a 6mm plastic barrier, so you can see it unfolds here, but the thickness is really nice. It's gonna hold up well when we cut it. It's not just gonna keep ripping in the spots where we have to cut holes for different bracketry or the handle levers to come through. So this is perfect. And then I've got some butyl tape over here that's gonna go into the channel that I showed you that runs around the door to hold this piece on there. Now, the last piece of this puzzle is what we call overkill mat. Now, this is gonna be more sound deadening for the door cards, and this is actually gonna go in the door card panel between the door card and the actual door, just to give us a little bit more sound dampening and blocking in this car. It's gonna be awesome. So let's go ahead and get into installing the plastic barrier on the door. And I've got an idea of how I wanna do this to get it cut perfectly to shape. All right, so let me walk you through my plan of attack here. What I think we need to do is get this piece of plastic held up to the door here, and I'm gonna do so with magnets, but then I can trace around where we want to actually cut this out and get it cut down to size. Now, before I hold it up there with magnets, I think we should take this off because this will be mounted through the plastic to further hold it on. Same with this piece here, and we do need to cut a slit for these bars to come through the plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those things, and then we'll get this mounted up here with magnets and trace around where we wanna actually cut with a Sharpie. So the inside barrier of this door is done, and I am stoked how that turned out. It looks so good, and just like it came from the factory. So that's all sealed up. The next thing we need to do is get the speaker in there. And because I can't wait any longer, let's go ahead and get one of these unpacked. I want to take a look at it, see how clean it is, and then we're gonna have to look at getting that overkill mat inside the door panel and putting the door panel on. So I want to do one whole complete side, get my process down, and then we'll do the other side before putting this door card on. Once again, we've just got more pieces that are dumb clean on this car. It's just insane. I did a little mock-up inside the car just to see what it kind of looks like on there. We still have a little bit of work to do to get the overkill mat into the door panels before we can put them in the car. But you guys, wait till you see these both in the car. It's gonna be so insane. So I've got the overkill mat sitting under the door here, and I'm just gonna cut all the way around it, and then we'll start cutting it down from there to get it fit into the back side of the door. But this is gonna fill up the entire door panel as much as possible between the actual door and the door card, just to add one more further level of sound dampening in this car. the driver's side is complete and looking absolutely awesome. It's so crazy seeing the whole interior in this car. Let's go ahead and get this wrapped up and get this other side done. So we just gotta repeat the process one more time. It is so wild seeing this interior like actually fully put together. It looks incredible. So like I said earlier, this is mostly complete. There's a few small details that need to be completed. Obviously, we need a back seat. My plan is to reupholster a back seat to match this material. So we need to find a back seat. I need to get a new defrost vent because unfortunately I broke one of the spokes pulling it out. So that needs to get replaced. And then we need to get the stereo in, which I'm gonna do in this video. I wanna get this all wired up so the interior is all put together. Oh, and I forgot to mention, a subscriber pointed out to me that I actually had this ring installed wrong the last time in the video. So you're actually supposed to put the ring on and then put the horn on top of it. So the horn sits out a little bit further. And I think when it's set up the right way, as it is now, I actually really like the look of it. So I went ahead and put the radio back in, nothing too exciting, but I pulled the car outside because I'm shuffling some stuff around inside the garage. I need to get this thing up on the lift, but I want to show you guys this outside so you can fully appreciate this interior because it is just immaculate. I am so happy how it turned out. The door cards look great, knowing that they're better than OEM behind there. We've got more sound dampening material in there. This just looks so, so good. And I am so glad we took our time to get this put together and source some really nice pieces for it. But this is just, whew. I cannot get enough of that. It is just so good. All right, so this thing is outside momentarily because Lewis needs to get his WRX up on the lift in there before this thing goes up there and doesn't come down until it's a rolling car again. So with the interior finished up, we can officially move on to suspension. We'll save that for the next time. Until then, I put 2 videos up on the screen for you to check out. It does help me a bunch if you watch those. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, throw this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.